Good evening and welcome to another cast of VRML Breachers. Today we'll be casting an exciting game between, it looks like OL Outlaw and Suspicious Breakfast. And I don't know if you checked out that Suspicious Breakfast lineup, but a lot of them definitely do have the names to really work out and show that, hey, we are a team together and we're definitely breakfast items. And it will be just me today in the booth. It's actually me barely coming off of a long hiatus. You know, we had the off season to really relax and have a good amount of time. And I have not, this is my first cast, I think in a couple of weeks now, since the season has started. But it looks like we do have a couple of players already coming in. And I think all 10 players are in, probably waiting till game time before they do get the game started. I'll have to see when they decide to do that. It looks like the first map will be factory, but let's talk about these teams. First, I wanted to check out this matchup between Outlaw and Suspicious Breakfast. You know, both of them obviously not having too many games underneath their belt, considering that we are only 2 weeks into the season. But one thing to point out, Suspicious Breakfast technically has been playing since season 0, and I was confused because I've been casting since season 0, like the first season, preseason, and I don't recall seeing that. And then I looked it up, and apparently the old team was of Suspicious Breakfast was, I guess, the Green Clover Esports. So I'm not sure if there's some revival happening there, or the old captain is just reusing that team for whatever reason. And then Outlaw has been playing since last season, so they had a fair amount of games underneath their own belt there too. You know, that's why Suspicious Breakfast, I saw the matchup and it showed that they were diamond, and I'm like, I don't remember seeing this team, especially a diamond team. I think at this point, because I've casted a fair amount of games in general, like I've seen the diamond teams, I've definitely seen the master tier teams. I was shocked to not have seen Suspicious Breakfast before, but little fun, I think nugget of truth there, a little fun fact that apparently it is Green Clover Esports rebranded, or I'm not sure. Maybe the team captain can speak to that at some other time. But we have both teams in the lobby now. I'm excited to see what's going to happen. We have a team that technically hasn't really been a team since season preseason. Granted, they're probably people that have experience in the previous season 1, and then Outlaw already has that experience in the first season. So I'm looking at some of these players. I'm kind of curious. And it looks like some of these players have literally not played since that preseason on Green Clover, which is so interesting to check out. But I expect some really good competition between these two teams. It looks like this is technically like a lower level team, and in the sense of it's newer, but a lot of these are reformed players with a lot more experience. And let's see what is going on here. Oh yeah, sorry. Team is asking for the green light. I will give it to them. You're gonna leave us. Yes, y'all are good to go. And still dealing with a little bit of a sickness myself, but hey, it is fine. You got to keep it pushing through and see how this is going. But I think these teams are gonna be starting soon, and I'm just waiting for them to hit that button and get this game on the road between Suspicious Breakfast and Outlaw. And I wonder how they decided to get those breakfast items, why they wanted to, what is going on with that whole rebrand thing from Green Clover Esports. Because I don't know if you all remember from the preseason, any old folks that have been around since preseason, Green Clover Esports I think was also one of those top tier teams. I believe they were masters or just about to crack masters back in the day, but things fell apart, unfortunately. And I mean, that's how it is with a lot of these teams, right? We see a lot of like amazing teams form and really work for a season or even part of a season, and then they do disband. That's why I think one of the coolest things to see in this game are teams that are long-standing teams that really are able to fight through and deal with those chemistry problems and potentially keep going for several seasons. But anyways, looks like we are getting started. It's going to be on Factory today. I will see y'all in a second. Anyways, looks like we're in on this first. Let me switch out these teams. Hold up 1 second. But Suspicious, Breakfast, and Outlaw. I'm curious to see how they decide to attack Factory. I mean, again, Factory is just the bread and butter of Breachers. It's been around for such a long time. Definitely more defensive oriented. But I'm curious to see how the new attacking buff works out for them, because I don't know if y'all remember or have seen the new devlogs. Now it only takes 45 seconds to plant an EMP. Back in the day, it wasn't that long ago, but back in the day, you know, it would take a full minute. Sorry, it's still like 5 seconds to plant it, but it takes 45 seconds now to essentially blow up, right? Which used to be a full 1 minute back in the day, which changes a lot. It requires the defensive team to be a lot more aggressive. Anyways, Flighty Zim already starting it off, getting some shots on, coming in on his little back area, but Moji able to get some shots off themselves. We'll see if Syrup can go in there for some cleanups, but it looks like they are going to be pinched pretty soon from the other side, as they are trying their best right now. Outlaw trying to get their stuff together before they make this attack work out. Looks like we have a player on top going in for kind of a long reset. Anyways, shots in right now from Ghost and Plubra. They're trying to get this person out here right now, but I don't know. Marky was really holding that corner down. At this point, Outlaw really trying to get in, and it looks like we are getting a breach on the other side. Man, I'm trying to get this action is on both sides right now. It's a little hard to get. It looks like they are breaching in on the other side right now. Marky trying their best to hold down this angle. But anyways, Resi K and Flighty Zim coming in strong right now. And Saucy Man trying to clean that one up, but did not quite work out for them. And looks like Resi K going in there for that last final cleanup right now to get them some more, I think 200 points in the pocket for every single player with that little EMP plant off in the end there. But anyways, what I was talking about earlier is there's been some big updates on the attacking side now, where now it takes 45 seconds for your EMP from plant time to blow up and essentially win the round for the attacking side. Whereas back in the day it was a minute, you know, 15 seconds doesn't sound like much time, but that means there's that much less time to go in for flanking, to go in for these different angles. That back in the day defensive teams could do if the attacking side was able to get the plant off. So I think it's a really nice buff to these attacking teams. I mean, the fact that you're able to get the EMP plant off in the first place, I think should be rewarded anyways, because sometimes it feels like it's not really rewarded. You can get the EMP plant off, but it doesn't always quite work out in your favor. But now it makes that favor change a little bit better than it used to. But anyways, Outlaw starting off to a really good start here. I mean, they had a really good entrance from both sides. I'm surprised it worked out. Suspicious Breakfast could not hold down that biochemical labs area. It wasn't quite working out for them as they were trying their best to hold it down, but unfortunately they did get pinched from that little hallway and that biochemical room. Looks like they're going in for some good intel here. I'm curious to see. I'm seeing a lot of different roamers. Sauceman, oh, okay. Getting an entrance right now from Outlaw in on this front room area. Probably getting into some attack into Electrical sometime soon. I'm pretty sure there's going to be some call out coming from Suspicious Breakfast now, as they're definitely going to be hearing a lot of different noises coming out. I think Mark is going to go in for the roaming here. They probably know what's going on here. I wonder if we can get this shot off. Getting one shot off. I don't know if they're going to follow up, but unfortunately they... Oh, never mind. They are. Let me get that little replay. As things didn't quite work out for them there. With Bad Boy Bishop there on the back end to clean up from that refrag there. But anyways, I think Scrambled themselves also trying to come around and swing. But I mean, Ghost having a really good Vezin in hand. And unfortunately, able to get finished off there by Ghost, and things didn't quite work out. But Outlaw able to get another round in the pocket, getting 2-0 right now against Suspicious Breakfast. I mean, Suspicious Breakfast does need to get their game cleaned up a little bit right now. I'm surprised it's not quite working out. Again, this is Factory. Things should be working out a little bit more for them on this defensive side. But it looks like they haven't quite found the rhythm right now against Outlaw. But it looks like Outlaw is just a well-oiled machine as they've been able to get in these attacks very consistently. And mind you, it's not like they're having too much pressure with the EMP. Like, they're just having a strong attack, and then they just win it out. They're getting a lot of the kills and picks outright. And things are working out really well right now for Outlaws. They're really flush with cash. I mean, just check out Suspicious Breakfast. I'm not sure if maybe they are trying to get some attachments for their guns, but I think a lot of them are not ready for this upcoming third round. You know, I always say if you have managed your economy in a very, not even like a crazy hardcore way, but if you manage to do well, you should normally be able to pick up a Vezin by the third round. But I'm seeing a lot of the players on Suspicious Breakfast side not working that out, so they'll be working at an economy disadvantage. Pretty strong one too, considering Outlaw has 2 back-to-back rounds to play off of, and things are definitely looking really good for them coming in this upcoming round, as Suspicious Breakfast will have to be doing their best to fight against this. And he's back on the 3rd floor here. Very common start off there with the hatch. Here's to see if they do something different. It looks like, yeah, they were on the 3rd floor before, but they are playing it very differently than they did the first time around. And it looks like we're getting that drone out there to get some more intel before they get the game started. Some good early pushes in here. Things are working out pretty well. Surprised I haven't really found any shots fired yet from Suspicious Breakfast. Probably waiting to see what OL is going to do. But I don't know. You can't can't let them have too much time, because we've seen them. They have 2 good back-to-back rounds. You can't give them too much time, because things are definitely going to work out in their favor, I would say. The Mochi's maybe trying to get this pick over here. I am surprised things are working out. No one's really pushed here. Not seeing much pressure right now from Suspicious Breakfast's side. Get some angles off, some shots off, but nothing quite landing yet. Softgun decides to swing wide and gets shot out by Resi K there. The breach wide open right now. It's really up to OL to decide how they want to pursue this and push in. I'm trying to find him. Okay. I'm trying to get better, you know, at those first person angles, because I know it definitely is a better looking shot when you get it off. Nice, able to get Mochi out there with the frag right now. Resi with a really good attack with the Vezin. Doesn't matter, he's able to get another shot off there from Resi K. I mean, going crazy right now. I think it was 3-4 kills off the bat there from Resi K. Really showing MVP status there. Let's see, looks like Resi K, yep, 7-0 right now, looking out for OL. So they're definitely, again, holding their own and holding it down against Suspicious Breakfast, as OL is just kind of, I don't want to call it quite steamrolling, but they've been holding out their own very well, and they haven't found too much pressure yet from Suspicious Breakfast. I'm not sure if they're just kind of worried on those roamers, trying to make sure that they don't want to spend too much time on that. But I definitely think they got to do something to switch up the strategy right now, because they're playing a little too close to the vest. And unfortunately, that's working out pretty well for OL, as they've been able to get really solid picks round after round. And that's what we saw in that previous round. I don't know if you noticed, but there's 5 players up on Outlaw's side. While they were able to knock out every player on Suspicious Breakfast. And again, to me, that's a really good marker of how good of a round it was. To be able to survive and get those 5 players out, that's an even bigger economy advantage, because now you don't have to rebuy your Vezin. You're able to, you know, maintain your Vezin and not spend that extra 2,900 to buy another one after you die. But anyways, we're back on the 1st floor. I'm surprised we haven't seen a 2nd floor yet. You know, this rotation is not quite exactly what I want, but hey, it is what it is. This 1st floor attack again. I'm wondering if we're going to see a similar setup right now from OL, as they did again have another successful attack against Suspicious Breakfast. I'm just trying to see what is OL doing. Where are they going? And how are they deciding to attack this? I know they utilized the lobby last time. I'm wondering if they can do the same thing. It's such a long attack. They're essentially just using this whole long. Oh my goodness, Resi able to get in there and get another shot off. I mean, did they hear Marku there? They must have heard Marku, or they just were not ready for that push. Now one player down against OL. It's now 5v4. OL definitely in a really good advantage here. And on top of that, the economy advantage. Only 3 players on Suspicious Breakfast's side with Vezint in hand. I'm waiting to see if Mochi's going to be able to get some shots off here and get some value out of utilizing electricity. Definitely a little slower of a game. Already a minute and a half in and around. Half of the round is out. Flighty's them getting some shots off, but nothing quite happening there. I'm surprised there wasn't too much value made from that. And a lot of wall banging here happening. I don't think anyone's going to get that pick off here. Now 1 minute in a round. Time is counting down, but they still have a fair amount of time left in a round. But they do have to have something happen here pretty soon. Otherwise, things are not going to work out for them. And it looks like Mochi accidentally might have killed themselves with that incendiary. They got to be a little bit more careful with that. Especially when you're already down a player. Now 3v5 right now. Well, on the really good upside here. I think Ghost definitely sees that there's a player in the back. Trying to get some shots off, but dang, things are not working out. Bishop able to throw in a beautiful frag there. Scrambled, gotta have a little bit scrambled right now. Gotta have something happen as a 5-person push is happening right now from OL. The frag is lobbed off. Is he gonna get some value? Not quite. Scrambled to get a shot off there, but goes for the follow-up. Now coming down to Sauce Man. I mean, I'm not sure if they're going to play this one out. It's a 1v4. Granted, the health economy is not looking like the best. But definitely 4 players to play against is not something I would want to be doing. I'm wondering if they're going for the save. Yeah, it looks like they're going in for the save. Just going to call this one out. And that makes sense. They have a Vezin in hand. It looks like they even have a syringe on top of that. This might be the better play to do. As again, their team has been struggling with the economy. They have to have something happen here, as things haven't been quite working out for Suspicious Breakfast. Yeah, definitely a rough game right now. Rough game. You know, good thing about when you get the plant off too, now it makes it faster if a team decides that they're gonna save. So it's a little faster than it used to be. Save a little extra, 15 seconds in a round for you. Someone said A Ghost is the best. I don't know, man. I think on OL side, Resi K's been putting out some crazy picks. I mean, unless, I definitely like shouting out the players that are just putting out a lot of value right now for their teams. And that's what I'm saying. I think Resi I'm not sure if Resi's the team captain. I got to double check that. But I love seeing team captains really put out value for their teams. Like, it's just, I don't know what it is. I think it's just cool to see, them really hold it out and do very well for the team. Anyways, another third floor push. They are really getting a lot of practice on the first and third floor. I'm shocked that we have not seen the second floor yet, but hey, it is what it is. We just gotta keep it going. I'm hoping we see that second floor today. I want to see how these teams attack it and defend it, because it gets kind of boring when it's the same exact floors every single time. It gets a little old for me. I want to see a different floor every once in a while. Anyway, start getting some shots off. I know they definitely see or hear some of the players right there coming up that staircase area, but they got some shots off themselves, so things aren't looking the best here. But anyways, a push is starting now from OL. Looks like they're setting up right now in Museum. Yep, and the alarms are coming out. The proxy going off crazy right now. Clubbra is getting ready for this setup here. I'm waiting for this setup. I think they're gonna probably blow both or just one. Yep, Breach is coming out. Looks like Mochi over there in the corner trying to get some value. There it is. Waiting for this breach to happen. Sauceman on the back. I'm wondering if OL is aware that there's some roamers coming right around their back. Anyways, breaches are coming live right now. Flighty Zim coming in strong with the double attacking setup there. Mochi able to get some shots off, but never mind. Got a 2-piece there. Resi K trying to get another one off there in the back. Never mind. Marky was there for the follow-up, but Resi K able to finish that one up and get another piece there. Let's get a little instant replay there. I'm kind of shocked that that worked out that way. Now in a 1v1 with Mochi and Resi K, we'll see if one of them knows where the other one is or is able to pick them off a little bit faster. I feel like Resi K's been loaded up this game. And there you go. Beautiful shot off there. Able to finish that one up. And there we go. OL. I mean, what can you say? Resi K coming in again with a beautiful play there. Able to fight up some of the roamers that came up right behind their back and finish that one up and clutch it up for the team. Not looking good again for Suspicious Breakfast. This might be a quick game, considering that things just not quite, are not working out for them. But you never know. Some teams are better on the attacking side, and I'm excited to see if Suspicious Breakfast plays a little bit differently when they're on the other side or potentially on a different map altogether. I've seen teams come back on that second map and really push it to, map 3, and I'm excited to see if they can do the same thing here, potentially, or maybe things can be working out because OL has been putting out a lot of work and it has been paying off so well for them. I mean, 5-0 right now, the 5 in a row. Like, how much better can you get at this point? If they secure this last one, they have definitely secured themselves at least a tie, and it's definitely an uphill battle right now for Suspicious Breakfast. But hey, you never know. There might be a mistake made on OL's side, and Suspicious Breakfast might be able to come through and make things work out for them. And here we are, third floor. What's I'm gonna cry. Third floor. How many times have we seen a third and first floor, on this attacking series from OL? I'm getting tired of it. But hey, no love to that second floor. No one cares, I guess. I care, but it's fine. Like I said, we are getting a lot more roaming action this time around. I think it worked out, honestly, the roamers in the previous round. Maybe a little bit too long on kind of the windup that they had, but honestly, it almost worked out perfect. If they just been a tad bit faster or a little bit more reactive once they heard the team was going to start making some moves, they might have been able to clean it up and finish the team off there. Just waiting for something to happen here. Anyways, OL receiving a couple of shots early on in the round from those wall bangs. I think Suspicious Breakfast totally aware that some stuff is going on in the background there. I think Mochi might be the one. Never mind. It looks like it's another one of the players. The occasional shots off here. Look at Scramble. Gonna be watching in the back. Never mind. He got shot off by Resi K themselves. Unfortunately, that roaming play didn't quite work out for them. And I think Ghost able to get another shot off there. And Sauceman with a beautiful frag and the reverse frag, I believe, saw that happen there. But anyways, now leaving 4 players versus 2 left right now on the side of Suspicious Breakfast. I went for a really, never mind. It's a amazing frag in the back for Sauceman. Now coming down to Mochi. This is do or die at this point. And I think it won't be working out right now, especially with the plant coming off here. Mochi's got to make some crazy John Wick-esque play. Never mind, things didn't quite work out for themselves there. I think Resi K is going all in on this, or never mind. Got Ghost on the back end. They're coming in, and Resi able to finish that one off. Now 6 points in the pocket. I mean, I don't know what OL has been doing during their practices and their scrims. But things have been working out very, very well for them. Now please clean up 6-0 right now against Suspicious Breakfast. And at this point, they only need one more round in the pocket to finish this one up and let things happen. We'll have to see if Suspicious Breakfast can change things up now that they're on the attacking side. Or if they have to, you know, just push it off and kind of see if things can work out for them in the second map. Some said Marky will come back, trust. Hey, you know, some teams, I've seen it too. Some teams, honestly, their first game is kind of a wash. You know, it's a warm-up really for them. Because I get it, like, league play is just different. That first map, sometimes you come in kind of cold, and it's not quite working out for you. And you gotta do something to kind of get the adrenaline pumping again. And I think that maybe this is one of those teams. I don't know, we'll have to see how that's going to work out. Anyways, Suspicious Breakfast now on the attacking side. So we'll see how OL decides to defend against this. And never mind, Bad Boy Bishop got a lot of shots off there. I'm confused what happened. I'm not quite sure. Still, you know, a couple headshots. That is very funky. Looks like we do have a roaming play here potentially, so we gotta watch out for that on the back end there. I'm waiting to see this trap come out from Resi K. I'm just waiting, but I'm also waiting for Sauce Man to have a trap set up themselves. The reverse trap here. Never mind, Resi K able to get a shot off. How did they get a kill? Never mind. I was waiting for Sauce Man to have something work out there, but I guess nah. Never mind. The Bro were able to get a shot off and escape that, surprisingly. Oh, I gotta work on my cameras. It's been a hot minute since I played this. Bad Boy Bishop really trying their best to hold out the angles there. I think everyone's definitely fully aware that Resi K is up there. Flighty is Zim coming in, knowing that fully aware that someone is there, able to take down Sauce Man. Now 2 players on the back there. I think Mark is trying to swing around. And never mind, shots going back and forth right now between OL, Suspicious Breakfast, getting a shot off right now on Resi K. I think Mark is fully aware there's another player there. Can they pop off? This is, again, do or die. This is the last round in the game right now. If they lose this one, we are going into map 2. And Mark has got to have something happen here. It's a minute left in the round. They have to do something. You can't do a save round here. That's just game over. So you might as well just quit. So you got to play this one through and see what they can do here. I think Mark deciding probably to go in for the long reset there. I'm surprised. I did not hear the breach on that side, but I guess there was a breach that went off. Now 42 seconds. They still have to make something happen here. But I do like that they are still trying. They're going to mix this one up. See if they can come around the back and have something happen here. Plubra in a really tight location, though. I'm not quite sure if Mark is going to be able to see that and pick it off. But you never know. I think the whole team fully aware that they're there now. Flighty is Zim going, swinging wide, able to get that shot off and finishing that one off. I don't know if you saw that little kind of twirl on the hand. Didn't quite get that in the aim, with the sights, but they did get that shot off anyways. OL finishing that round out. Giving them a really good start for the series. I mean, look, 7-0 for the start of the series is amazing start to have. At this point, we need to see some crazy gameplay coming out from Suspicious Breakfast. I will say sometimes it's just mismatched teams, right? This is the beginning of the season. There's not that much data for the kind of ladder to decide how to match these teams yet. So it's still trying to figure out who to place and play against who. And that might be the case here, right? Sometimes we'll see for the first, I think, 2-3 weeks, sometimes some really strong showings from one team or the other. But it looks like they are getting a 10-minute timeout. I will be seeing y'all in a second. Or actually, let me finish this one up, and then I'll see y'all in we'll do like an 8-minute timer or something like that. But anyways, what we saw there, it might have been I believe, I'm not sure if they have a sub. I did hear there might potentially, you know, be a sub for them. But it might just be the team chemistry kind of coming together, taking a little bit of time. Might be a team skill imbalance, right? Again, we're still, the ladder's still trying to figure out how to match these players, who to play them against, and who does it expect to win or lose, right? And right now, with the ranks being all over the place, you don't quite know who should play who. And that might have been the case here, as things didn't quite work out for Suspicious Breakfast. We did see a couple rounds where they did come, you know, pretty close to working out, but I think I would say OL consistently put out a really good game. There were several rounds where I think they had such a strong showing against Suspicious Breakfast that I was kind of, you know, shocked that it worked out that way, but that's how it goes sometimes. But anyways, it looks like they did call in a 10-minute timeout. I'm going to put a timer on. How long ago was that? 1 minute ago. So I think I'll put on a timer for like 8 minutes. We'll come in a little bit early, kind of chat a little bit, see what's going on. But I will see y'all in 8 minutes.
Ain't accept and ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids' kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finish this bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the ground on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live. Ain't accept and ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids' kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finish this bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the ground on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live.
All right, bringing it. Can you hear me? Yeah. All right, bringing it back right now. Looks like we do have all the players coming in, so we'll be starting off pretty soon here. Again, a really dominant showcase right now from this previous round from OL. I believe Suspicious Breakfast might be pulling in all their players. Looks like they might be doing a little team switch thing. I'll just switch that one over in a second. But this might be their full. Never mind. It looks. I don't believe I see a change in the players, but hey, we'll have to see it in a second. Anyways, I will see you in a second. We are going to be getting started soon right now as this team decides to actually take on Arctic. Arctic. I mean, I actually have not casted Arctic yet. This will be the first time I've casted Arctic, I believe, this whole season. So this will be a very exciting showcase to see how these teams decide to finally attack this site. How do they decide? How do they want to approach Arctic? Has the team had a lot of time to even focus and get those plays set up? Because that's something to consider too. With this only being a couple weeks into the season, have these teams set up for Arctic? Have they prepared themselves? Because remember, it's in the map pool now. These teams are fully aware that anyone can choose it, you know, depending on the map ban and how the rotation goes for these teams. But someone can pick it up. You'd be shocked to see what happens here. But anyways, it looks like OL is starting on the attacking side once more. And I think we're going to be seeing an approach right now into, I think it's called storage. I haven't quite seen this map yet. And I think Syrup right here. And if, man, if OL had blown that, that would have gone very terribly for them. But hey, that, you know, you never know. That's the crazy thing about being a spectator. You see how close some of these games can get sometimes. I'm wondering to see if they're trying to do some pinching and really coordinate a lot of these attacks. Anyway, Syrup here holding this corner, scrambled, throwing out the frag, not quite landing in the location that they wanted. And Plubra able to get early shots in there. I'm surprised it didn't quite work out for them. As never mind, Syrup gets picked off there in the end. Didn't quite work out for them. Anyways, at this point, now leaving Suspicious Breakfast, have to retreat and go further back right now. And the smoke coming out right now, working out right now for LOL. I think trying to get this breach off sometime soon here, potentially. Or never mind, they're just holding down the angles, waiting for something to happen here. Yes, they are. They're doing exactly what I thought they were going to be doing. Anyways, breach comes out. Looks like both shots are going off from both sides. I'm waiting to see how OL is going to approach this. The Suspicious Breakfast is now stuck in the corner. Not quite getting any picks off yet, but getting some really, really good damage on OL players right now. Never mind, Plubra able to knock out Sauceman on the back end there and scramble to getting a pick off themselves. And I thought there was going to be a little scramble here, but I think it's working out for them there. Now Rezuke stuck in that corner. Don't think there's any syringes on the OL side, so they're going to have to stick with that health indifference right now. Sorry, I don't know why I said indifference. Now counting down, they got a minute left in the pocket. I think Scramble playing the smart play here, waiting for something to happen here. It's a really tight angle to get shots off. Never mind, Mark, you getting some shots off there right on the corner. I'm waiting for something to happen here. Anyways, Rezuke again for the long reset over there on the back, and I wonder if they're gonna go all the way through geospatial. They are. They're booking it, but I don't know if they're going to be ready for this. I think Mochi in the back end there. Never mind, getting shots off themselves. Rezike coming in. Are they going to be able to finish this one off? Yes, they are getting the finish off in the end there. And again, a beautiful, beautiful finish off there. It was looking a little tight, you know, for OL in the end there, but it worked out, I think, for them in the end, as they did have a really solid push. I mean, looking at the health economy, I thought things were not going to be working out for OL, as a lot of the Suspicious Breakfast players had a fair amount of health in their pocket, but things, again, didn't quite work out for them. And again, we got to see some kind of different action. Suspicious Breakfast is struggling on the defensive side. You know, it's just I'm excited to see Suspicious Breakfast mix things up or attempt to. We've seen a lot of struggles right now. That was probably their best defense, I would say. Maybe there might have been one or two really good defenses on that first map, but I think this is probably one of the better defensive setups that we've saw from Suspicious Breakfast. I'm not sure if it's because OL just doesn't quite have the same experience on Arctic, you know, as they did on a factory. Or maybe Suspicious Breakfast had that warm-up that I had talked about earlier. Now they're kind of, you know, getting their head in the game, ready to really fight against OL. And we're seeing a lot more, you know, roaming gameplay. You know, I gotta point that out, because we didn't see, there's a couple plays where OL played very defensively, and I did not know you can go up there, but that's a really cool angle. But they played very defensively, not playing too aggressive on the roam, and he kind of just waited it out. And Marco in the back end there, I think it's almost got some really good shots off there. Do they have, yeah, it looks like they do have an SMG in hand, and they're really trying to get this pick off, but it might be kind of a dangerous angle for them as Rezike decides to pull in themselves. And yep, getting that shot off on Marku there. And a beautiful incendiary that almost wiped out 3 players, and that was chef's kiss. What else can I say? Sauceman with a beautiful peek over there. I'm gonna give that little instant replay, because why not? Now a trade for 1 player, and it looks like OL came out on the worst end of that with the health economy. Is Cerebell gonna pick off there? But Bad Boy Bishop for the refrag. Rezike with that Vezin in hand, definitely getting a lot of value for the team. Sauceman on the back end roaming there. I think there's some roamers probably in the hallway. Nope, they are not roaming in the hallway. Rezike doing a really smart check here. And I love seeing Sauceman really trying to stabilize that hand. And Rezike able to get that finish off. I mean, that Pheasant is unbeatable sometimes. It's really hard to fight against it. Ooh, and Scramble really trying to get some shots off there. Not quite landing perfectly, but working out, I think, very well. Ooh, and a beautiful shot there on Bad Boy Bishop there from Mochi. Now come down to Rezike and that Pheasant in hand. But I mean, 40 seconds left in the round. Still very doable, especially with the Pheasant in hand here. Oh, and that almost worked out for them. Scrambled, getting a little scrambled there. But I think they're a little bit smarter now. They know what's going on there. But never mind, Rezike really trying to get that corner pick. Now 20 seconds left in the pocket. Mochi going for the long reset. Never mind, they did not fully commit to it. And Rezike decided to pull out. That is probably the smarter play. I mean, the Vezin in hand is probably going to be your best bet here. 10 seconds. They'd have to do some crazy picks here. And wow, that is going to be, I don't know if y'all noticed, that is going to be the first round win coming in from Suspicious Breakfast here. And hey, when I see a first round win, I'm like, hey, there's some hope. You know, this can work out. They just got to keep the same momentum moving forward, and you never know. You never know what's going to happen. Sometimes it's really just being assured that, hey, we can win this one. I think this is the first time we've seen the team, on top of that, fully kitted out with Vezin, because we didn't quite see that in the previous map. There's several times where maybe a couple players had Vezins in hand for Suspicious Breakfast, but not quite every single player. I gotta double check that. I'm not quite sure, but I recall several rounds being where it wasn't a fully kitted team. OL, on the other hand, obviously was very, very flush with cash in the economy as things were working out perfectly for them. And I'm excited to see if OL can pull off the same setup. But, I mean, this is their first loss. I'm wondering if OL's like, you know, that's a fluke. We can push it through. Or, you know, it might throw them off their game. You know, some teams just really can't handle the pressure sometimes. And it really does make them crack. Anyways, OL setting on the outside again. I don't think we saw this push from them last time. They attacked, I believe, A site. Previously, so it looks like you're going in for sort of a mix up here against B now. And getting that drone in, you know, really trying to get some intel. It might have been shot out already. Nothing quite happening here right now. OL is just kind of checking around, seeing what's going on. I think at that first round loss, they probably, you know, decided, hey, we might be a little bit more, should be a little bit more methodical about this, and shouldn't assume we're gonna win this one out. Anyway, smoke coming out. They're probably gonna watch out for that corner. Kind of covers it, but not quite the whole angle. And the incendiary comes off crazy there in the end. Frag coming out, and oh, the double frag! I mean, from both teams, it didn't quite work out for them. So they're really trying to watch that long angle, and they, you know, nothing quite happening yet. I want to see a good pick from Syrup here. I want to see something come out of this hallway, because that is a deadly hallway to be playing against. On both sides. Oh, and Syrup didn't quite have the pick off there. Unfortunately, as Flatty as Zim was able to smarten up and figure out something's going to happen in that corner. Another smoke coming out live. I think OL totally trying to go in for that push. I'm surprised I haven't really seen any crazy angles yet from Suspicious Breakfast. Anyways, Breach coming out now. Team is pushing in. Bad Boy Bishop is going to get shut off again and refrag there. Doesn't matter. Flighty is back for their own refrag. Still trying to watch off in that corner. He gets a pick off on Mochi. Syrup swinging wide. They weren't ready for that. Getting another pick, but doesn't matter. Flighty is in over for a follow-up, but doesn't matter because Saucepan was there for the follow-up on top of that. I mean, back-to-back kills from both teams. This is now a second win from Suspicious Breakfast. This is their first time they've actually been not even tied anymore, but actually leading against OL. And I don't know. Maybe they really talked about what happened during that 10-minute warm-up. You know, 10-minute timeout that they had in kind of the middle of those two rounds. Because I don't know if y'all remember, they did have a 10-minute timeout. Maybe they just really had to talk through some of the strategy. Maybe they just had to feel a little bit more comfortable with these two teams. But anyways, Suspicious Breakfast now finally coming in again, flush with cash. Never mind. Someone has a Viper, but that's fine. You know, I believe this is the first economy advantage against OL. As now several players on the OL side, they don't quite have Bezins. I think only 2 teammates have Bezins in hand. Drone coming in. I think totally aware that Saucepan does get picked out, so they definitely know Roamer's back there. I believe we already attacked on the second floor, so we'll see if they decide to switch this one up. I believe they are going to be switching this one up now. Now sending someone on the other side. I don't think we saw that the first time around when OL decided to attack the second floor. Now the hallway is totally there. I'm surprised we haven't seen much pushback yet from OL. Sorry, Suspicious Breakfast. They might be taking this one a little bit slower or letting OL take their time to come in. Anyways, OL getting some entrances in here. Another drone in hand. I mean, that double drone, you can't go wrong with it. I like following it sometimes, you know, seeing what it's doing. But anyways, they're deciding to knock that one down and really not let it get that much value out of that. But anyways, it looks like the setup here is going to be happening sometime soon. I'm surprised. I thought there'd be a roam error, but maybe they might have been called out, so they played a little safe that time around. Looks like the OL players might be chatting about how they should approach this. No picks yet. You know, we're really about a minute and a half into the round. No picks yet. Some shots off. You know, some damage was exchanged, but nothing quite happening yet. I'm waiting to see OL have some kind of push here. It looks like we might be seeing a pinch sometime soon. The frag comes out. They definitely know players in there. Sim is flying in, gets picked off. Surf there for the follow-up, able to get another shot off. It doesn't matter. Bad Boy Bishop in the back to get a follow-up themselves, but doesn't matter. Sauceman's able to get some shots off with that Bezin in hand. Rezi getting another pick off there. Now leaving a 2v2. There's a lot of bodies exchanged in that push. But Sauceman getting another pick off there on Rezi K. Plubba trying to swing wide. Never mind. I am... Wow, they really hold that really close to their face. I don't know if y'all noticed, but they're like holding that right against their face, which is, I love seeing it, like how people aim. You know, it's funny to see how people aim, and the differences in that aiming style. Anyways, Plubber able to get the shot off, as I think worked. I think that close gun in your face aiming that we're seeing right now from Plubber is working out in their favor. Ooh, and Sauceman almost finishing that one up, and no, they're going in for the plant. Deciding to put a lot of pressure right now. Oh, and Flubra unfortunately didn't stick it out, and things didn't quite work out for them. It looks like they're playing the time pretty well. You gotta be a little bit more careful now, knowing that the timer is lower than it used to be. But hey, it's fine. Things work out once more for Suspicious Breakfast, as they are now on a hot streak. I mean, 3 back-to-back rounds. You know, that first round that I saw with them against OL, I didn't quite think that they were going to be able to win this one out. You know, I thought, hey, that's closer. It's probably the best defensive play we've seen in a while. But I thought, you know, things might not have worked out for them, considering especially that OL didn't just win, you know, by several rounds. They won every single round in that first map. But we're definitely seeing a lot more life now from Suspicious Breakfast. So I'm excited to see them keep this pressure up, and really showcase that, hey, you know, we know what we're doing. You know, we can fight against y'all. But unfortunately, they are gonna have to keep the same pressure up though when they're on the attacking side. Otherwise, OL, if they win this 1 and 2, it's gonna be a game over again, right? But here we are coming into the upcoming round, 4th round now for Suspicious Breakfast and OL. Breakfast now having 3 full rounds in the pocket, back to back to back. We saw OL attack this floor. I think that we saw them attack A before. It looks like they might be going for an A push again, probably mixing things up just a tad bit. And they're going in for the fast breach actually this time around. And on the back there, I think, totally aware of Ghost being on the back end. But you still got to be careful. Scramble just waiting, holding the gun up. As I believe Ghost is on the back end there. Maybe trying to play it in, but they know they're going to take their time on it. Definitely a lot of noise made, but nothing quite exchanged yet between these two teams. And the frag coming out, but oh, never mind. That is from Scramble. The beautiful frag out from Scramble. They're able to knock out Flighty Azim, slowing down the advance from OL. They're not ready to get this push in. Never mind. They tried to, but Mochi able to get a pick off on Ghoster in the back end of Bad Boy Bishop. These people are getting shots from all over the place. Trying to see if I can get some angles here. I think Mochi's actually... Oh, never mind. They see the EMP probably. Anyways, Bad Boy Bishop coming in. Sauceman on the back. Able to knock out the that deep flanker. Clubra and Bad Boy Bishop. It is now down to these two, and now a 2v4 for OL. It's not looking good. I mean, this is probably the first time again we've seen in a while Suspicious Breakfast have such a solid advantage against OL. Hopefully they don't squander it. But seeing how they played the previous last couple rounds, I don't think we're gonna be seeing that here. And the frag coming out, it does get a fair amount of damage. Syringe in the back gets called out, and they are able to dart for it. And Bad Boy Bishop totally aware that Mochi's in that corner. I thought things were gonna work out for them. Now a 3v2 Suspicious Breakfast losing their advantage just a tad bit. Never mind, Marco able to get a pick off there. Now leaving down to Bad Boy Bishop, and I'm waiting to see if OL decides to play this one out. It's now 20 seconds left in the round. Coming down. I think I'm seeing the pings come out from Suspicious Breakfast, probably trying to get some picks off there from the wall banging. And playing a little aggressive there for Bad Boy Bishop, it doesn't matter, as that does need to give another round in the pocket for Suspicious Breakfast against OL. Now OL struggling. I mean, now coming into, what is it, round, did I say round 4? Sorry, or 5, I forgot. We're now on round 6. This is the final round for the halftime switch. You know, if you told me you were betting on Suspicious Breakfast, I'd be saying that is crazy. Because looking at, and let me check out the votes, it's actually 60 for OL to Suspicious Breakfast's 9 votes. So a lot of people in the community definitely expecting OL to come out of this one very well against Suspicious Breakfast. And a lot of high votes, for this game. I was kind of shocked that so many people wanted to watch this one. But hey, more power to y'all. I like picking up the games that that people do hype up, especially if they're like I don't say newer teams. OL again, they played in the previous season, and Suspicious Breakfast themselves played a while back. Granted, it was that was a while ago. But I like seeing these high votes for like just non-master tier games. I like master tier games. To me are like just those big games that everyone knows about, because there's a reason why they're master tiers. There's a reason why they're popular. It's kind of like that's the quote unquote pro level version of how people play in this league and what we should be watching. But anyways, OL now getting the shot, getting some entrances here. A frag coming out, and a beautiful frag that went right through the smoke there. And checking out the players on Suspicious Breakfast's side. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, and not quite seeing any deep roamers this time around. They're definitely playing a little bit more closer to the what am I gonna say? Closer to the site this time around. Probably playing a little bit more anchored, as they've had several rounds where they played roaming. But is this going to be the round that OL finally comes back and gets some value out of it? Or is it going to go the same way that's been going the last 4 rounds? I mean, Suspicious Breakfast, I'm probably on a high right now if I were them. I'm just being very happy about, how they're playing now, especially considering their performance in that first map. But looks like a very wide attack here, but I think still focus more on B. And I don't know why I need to follow that. I know there's no roamers up there, but they're doing the smart thing to check out for any roamers here. Probably trying to draw out roamers, I believe. OL trying to wait for something to happen here. Mark you in the back. They're ready to pounce on anybody if anything happens here. But looks like the breach is coming out now. Oh my goodness, this Ghost is able to get a pick if off there. Sawtown with a beautiful frag there. Able to knock him down now. I did not see how Angel picked that one off, but hey. I forget there's a hatch up there. I always forget there's a hatch up there, but yes, there's a hatch in this floor. And that corner is definitely a very deadly corner because of that hatch. Ooh, and Flighty is able to get some shots off there. Swings and wide gets a second pick off there. Now leading it down to Sauceman as they almost pick off Plubra. And man, that advantage that I thought we were going to see from Suspicious Breakfast is now going away. Zagos gets another pick off. Sauceman swings and wide gets a two-piece. Now leaving down to Ghost, but it doesn't matter as Ghost is able to finish that one up and, you know, work out very well. And finally fight back against Suspicious Breakfast and knock them down off of their really, really strong 4-win streak there. But anyways, we're going to definitely see how OL comes out of this one. Again, they are on the defensive side, and I honestly do think Arctic does lend itself to be a little bit more of a defensive map. But I will say it allows more attacking options, considering there's a lot more breaches than there are normally. What are they doing? What the heck? But anyways, Suspicious Breakfast now getting the attack here. I believe, is this the first time we've seen a third floor? It is the first time we've seen a third floor on the attacking side, and it's given to Suspicious Breakfast right now. And this hallway is such a very interesting hallway to be playing against, but we'll see how Suspicious Breakfast decides to handle it. Drone coming in for that intel to try and see and figure out where are the people at. And that roamer, I'm just waiting to see some value from this roamer. I think they definitely know someone's up on that window there. But they know there's a lot of players to the right too, so they gotta really watch how they're gonna make this push. Are they going to make the push is the question here. I'm going to peel off because I don't know. I'm waiting. I'm just waiting for them to go in, but I guess not. Never mind. Flying is him decides to go in for the frag, and that almost gets them picked off and scrambled there. Boy, Bishop holding that little corner in the top. No picks yet. I'm kind of shocked. So many shots were gone out. And a lot of people with a lot of lower health. Ooh, some shots off on Resi K there, but nothing quite landing again. Some really good shots, but no picks. I was just looking at the shots. Never mind. Most getting the first pick of the round there. Ghost on the back end through Kitchen. As you look at that little roamer off there. But never mind, Bad Boy Bishop able to finish that one up in the end. As Sauceman decides to swing wide and Ghost picks them off. Now leaving scrambled left in the round. Oh, I'm trying to follow everything. There's so much action going on right now. Scrambled, trying to mix things up. Still a minute around. They have a lot of time. And the health economy is almost on their side. It still does slightly favor OL, especially with Bad Boy Bishop in the corner there. And I believe Bad Boy was able to get that one off. And yep, that's a beautiful, beautiful win there for OL. Now trying their best to push this one back and get a couple rounds in the pocket for themselves. You know, again, Suspicious Breakfast had a really strong showing on that defensive side. But OL did still get 2 wins against them. That does afford them a couple rounds to lose. But now they can come back because they have a couple rounds in the pocket. 2 rounds in the pocket. All they need to get is another 5. Which with them being on the defensive side is definitely a possibility here. But here we are on the first floor once more for Arctic. We'll see how Suspicious Breakfast, or just I'll just say Breakfast. I don't know why I keep saying their full name. Breakfast decides to attack this one out. And I think we might be seeing an A push here. Again, a very common sort of setup here. I keep seeing, at least from these two teams. I haven't seen Arctic too often, so I can't be saying what common or uncommon attacks yet. But I do know it tends to happen a lot. But, you know, it's because B can be a little tight now. You know, with that little tunnel area, that little hallway. It's kind of a little really hard choke point to push against sometimes. And as that breach goes off, almost immediately off the rip with the drone going in for that intel. Drone getting a lot of intel here. I think they have not seen anyone, but there is that roamer on the back end there. Flighty is in. There you are. Did they see Mochi though? They do see Mochi get able to pick off there really early in the round. They were not expecting that player on the back end there. Suspicious Breakfast now trying to figure out how to figure out and deal with the roamer. But I believe, oh, there's a Vezin in hand right now for OL, so definitely some good economy advantage for themselves there. Looks like Flighty is him deciding to peel all the way off and go back to site there. Oh, Ghost getting another shot off there. That is, let's check out Ghost's side. Now 3 players in that little storage area from Suspicious Breakfast is trying to get a foothold against his A push. And Ghost getting another pick off on Scrambled there. And you know, someone did say Ghost is cracked earlier. Maybe this is the time. Maybe they just needed a warm-up, you know, for that first round. Anyways, Syrup just really trying to peek that corner. These corners are tight. I don't know why. I would peel off, I think, at this point, because Suspicious Breakfast is up against a terrible, terrible tunnel to fight against, as it just really narrows how they should be attacking them. Anyway, Sauceman almost gets a pick off there. I'm surprised that this is just a firefight at this point. ResiK deciding to pull wide with the Vezin in hand. Sorry, not Vezin in hand. Spectral in hand. Doesn't matter. ResiK playing very aggressive on that. I'm getting another pick off for OL. Now OL has even and equalized the playing field. Sorry, I can't. I was like, what is it? Playing field against Suspicious Breakfast. At this point, Breakfast has to do something. Their attacks just aren't landing right now against OL. But anyways, I believe we're coming into our upcoming, looks like Vezin rounds, or at least mostly Vezins. I don't know what Mochi, never mind, Mochi does have a Vezin too. I believe everyone but Sauceman does not have a Vezin in hand. So mostly, almost fully kitted out team for Breakfast against OL. You know, it's looking solid for this push, but again, they're struggling right now in their attack. Oh, I don't think we've seen a winning attacking round yet from Suspicious Breakfast against OL. But anyways, here we are on the second floor, seeing their first time as they push this side, I believe. Drone out again. I mean, Breakfast utilizing, I think both teams utilizing drones as much as possible, which I think that's a smart play. You know, you can see, get a lot of peeks off, figure out where everyone's at, and never mind, beautiful shots off right there already from ResiK there, but almost getting knocked out themselves. Now my neck is killing me. I think ResiK trying to hear what's going on here. And I'm kind of shocked that their shots didn't go anywhere. Because there are 2 players there, unfortunately, that didn't quite land. Can you see? Yeah, you can see right in between, right? Yeah. There you go. So OL playing, I think, similar to what we've seen them do before. Very defensive oriented. They're not really playing too deep on the roamers or anything like that. They're trying to get this early push in here. I think Plubra trying to watch it. And ResiK. Flighty Zim in the hallway, I believe, getting a shot off there. Knocking it out. And a beautiful frag that almost gets scrambled. And that frag was not as divine there. Flighty Zim so close to getting a pick off there. Getting a couple shots on that foot. Ooh. And Scrambled really trying to eke out and get this one to work out, but no, didn't quite work out there for Breakfast's team. Now 3 players left for a 3v5 push here. And a good jump hatch. I think they almost had some cool idea there, but it didn't quite work out as they got eliminated. And this is what I'm saying, jump hatches, I'm just not a fan of. I've never been a fan of a jump hatch. I have been surprised by a jump hatch, I'll tell you that, but on average, you know, the amount of teams I've seen utilize jump hatches is just it's gotta be done in such a specific way that I think 7 times out of 10 I don't recommend it. Hatches I think are good for maybe getting some early picks, not early picks, but some picks off from some of the more interesting angles that they afford, or you know, that's really about it. Jump hatches, because I feel like using a jump hatch to push doesn't work out. That's when it's just too dangerous. Unless you know where someone is in that room, just not gonna quite work out for you there. But anyways, Breakfast now on the back heel as OL finally gaining the lead, a 5v4 against Breakfast here. Just got a OL just had to lock in, you know. that's what I'm seeing now. They just had to lock in, kind of get themselves back on a good footing there against Breakfast, as Breakfast again had a beautiful 4-round win streak in the beginning of this map. And unfortunately, this map is starting to look like it might be turning around for them. Never mind, Flighty and Zim getting a beautiful start off. They're getting a deep shot with a frag coming out wide. Unfortunately, doesn't quite land anywhere. And Rezi K, knowing that something's going on in the back end here. Let me see what's going on. Wait, did I say no? Sorry, OL's doing good right now. I don't know what I was talking about. Oh, and a beautiful collab there. Let's gonna get that instant. I'm not sure if it's a collab, but they shot through the body and getting a third piece. Quit. Hold up. I already did the replay. You can't get another kill. Anyways, Rezi K showcasing their chops once more against Breakfast. I can't talk right now. Rezi K somehow surviving with like 24 health on their hand, but it's fine. But I believe Suspicious Breakfast is doing the smart thing here and deciding to peel off and go in for just kind of the safe save, and just if you get a pick off at the outside of this map, that's a good thing. If you don't, it's fine. No one's heartbroken. But let's see what's going on with OL. They might be going just cleaning up bodies at this point because they know there's only one player left. I wonder if they see the EMP though. They might just be playing that, but it's fine. Oh, sorry. I don't know what I was looking at. I was just like, I got distracted. But anyways, Sauceman decided to peel all the way off. Now 50 seconds left in the round. Not much you can do. Probably just playing the most safest possible thing, because I will say it can be dangerous sometimes to save right outside of the map, because people remember the defensive side can still go out for 10 seconds. They're allowed to push and apply pressure, and that is, I mean, that's what we saw earlier. You know, Rezi K able to peel off of the map and actually play very aggressive into the attackers. They probably were not expecting that push. So sometimes it makes sense. Like, you might be thinking Sauceman might be playing a little too careful in the back here, but that's not a bad idea, because you don't want to just get accidentally picked off by the enemy team just because you're a little too close to side, or you just weren't watching some of those expected pushes or even unexpected pushes that the defenders can do when they, you know, they're feeling very brave and they want to venture a little bit off site. Anyways, another round in the pocket for OL there. I mean, one more win, and we're looking at a series win right now for OL. And this is a comeback, if I'll tell you one, because I honestly thought Breakfast might have been able to finish this up on map 2, but I think it was just more so showcasing the defensive chops that Breakfast has against OL on this map. You know, that again, We didn't see them have the same kind of performance on Factory, but Arctic, I'm not sure if it's just due to inexperience or one team specializing a little bit more on this map versus another. But we did see a beautiful kind of push and attack. Defensive kind of plays set up by Breakfast there. Things just kept working out in their favor. And they pushed it for 4 rounds. I mean, there's something to say about that. Anyways, Flighty is definitely aware that someone's out here, and they're playing aggressive on this push here. Oh, wow. These guys are like almost reading each other. Oh my goodness, Flighty Sim played a little aggressive on that. That was hilarious to watch. Anyways, a good opening pick right there from Breakfast. That might be enough to tip things off in their favor. As unfortunately OL's roamer might have played a little too aggressive there. Trying to go for a window that's little dangerous to kind of play, to say the least. And I don't believe anyone's in on the side. Never mind. Ghost on the back end, able to get a shot off on Syrup as they were not expecting someone to run out there. Ghost, I think, probably saw the 2 players. Never mind. Sauceman on the back end, able to get a pick off there. Now 3 players. I mean, these... I think OL might be playing a little too aggressive there. Because remember, Breakfast gets a tie. That's going to force a map 3. And if I were OL, I don't want to do this on map 3. I want to do this in 2 maps and be done for the night. So they got to be watching themselves. It's still 3v4. The advantage is not the worst, but it's still very much there. They got to watch their angles, and the breach is coming out right now. I think Mochi sees him. Oh, and a pick coming. Oh, and a beautiful pick off from Plubra. Their teammate a little bit offside. Marku in the back end there. I thought they were going for the push there, but no. Looks like they are now down to Sauceman and Marku. But the EMP is down. But both breaches. Never mind. Only one side is breached right now. Plubra definitely trying to watch that corner. Now the favor has swung back to OL. Oh, and Sauceman able to get a pick off. Gets a double pick off there. Almost gets it off on Plubra. Now coming down to... Never mind. Mark able to win that one out. Giving Breakfast another round win. An unexpected round win there. As I thought things were totally about to go in OL's favor. As it swung back to their side. They might have been a little too relaxed. On that defensive side, considering that they knew there was 2 players left, you know, in the round, and they had 3 players back up. But I mean, that corner was deadly for Breakfast. Sauceman just knocking down players left and right. I did not think it was going to work out in their favor. That's why I was watching the OL side, but no, the OL players were getting knocked down back to back. At this point, Breakfast just needs to win one more round in the pocket to force us to a map 3. And if I were OL, considering how close we've seen the performance now of Breakfast, I don't want a map 3. You know, you don't want to chance it on the map 3. You want to secure it in that map 2. All right, here we see Breakfast again on that first floor. Things are a little tense. I mean, this is literally the round deciding thing. Breakfast starting off. Mochi trying to get some shots off at, I think, frag coming out live, but not landing quite yet. Resi K on that back end. Never mind, gets a pick off on Sauceman. I was just about to change the angle too. And I think OL is trying to secure this. The pressure is on right now for Breakfast. They got that early round pick against them. I think Ghost watching these angles, really watching the angle right through that. Anyways, Flash is coming out. They're really utilizing all the utility at hand. Breakfast wants to make the play work out. Oh, and a frag comes out on Ghost there in the back end, as they were not ready for that. Bad Boy Bishop getting another pick off on Syrup there. The Incendiary coming out to really slow that advance. All three players on this back end here. Let's see, Flatty is in. See if they can get another pick off. Oh, and no, Mochi gets a pick off themselves. It is going blow for blow now. I honestly don't know who's going to win this one out. Oh, and they played a little aggressive. What is, oh, never mind. I got another pick off. It is blow for blow here. I really don't know what's going to happen here. We have Marku and Scrambled against Resi, K, and Bad Boy Bishop. I love the alliteration there. 50 seconds left in a round. You know, we're seeing OL go for a total side switch. Scramble's gonna be ready for that, and they are not. The flash comes out, it does land, but they were not able to get value out of it, unfortunately. Now come down to Marku for a last 30 seconds in a round. This is do or die. There is no save. He's got to go. They got to go in for this shot here. But I mean, Resi K and Bad Boy Bishop have been really holding it down now. 17 seconds. They're probably gonna play this one out to time. Oh, and now it gets really close to them as Bad Boy Bishop trying to get the pick off, but they do get picked off by Resi K there. And that, unfortunately, doesn't quite work out for Breakfast as OL is able to finish that one up. I mean, what else can you say? That's an exciting game. I mean, you know, map one, not the craziest gameplay, but I love that because it gives a context to map 2. When you see a game like this, when it goes 7-5, and hold up, why does it say TBD? Let me charge that. I think it was factory, right? Factory, and then Arctic. Yeah. You know, when you see such a close game between these two teams, you're kind of like, wow, that, you know, it's amazing. I love seeing what they can do, and that's exactly what we saw there. We saw such a close game from OL and Breakfast there. At the very end, you know, especially with the context of that first game, I love that, right? Because you're like, wow, you know, they could have potentially done it. It was really close, and we're not quite sure, but they could have done it. Who knows, right? But unfortunately for Breakfast, it didn't quite work out for them as OL was able to come back and really secure all those round wins. But it really did come down to the wire. I mean, literally blow for blow in that final round. I couldn't keep up. People were being shot down left and right. Frags coming out. It was just beautiful. And it was all out mayhem in the very end, but OL still came out of it with the win on their side, giving them a 7-0 and a 7-5, you know, best of 3. Again, this is best of 3, so whoever wins the first 2 or just 2 in general wins out the series, and that turns out to be OL today. Breakfast, you know, no discredit to y'all. Y'all put out a really solid gameplay, especially in the very end there on the attacking side, because I know Breakfast was struggling for a while. But towards the end, they did kind of really find their stride on the attacking side. And again, that they almost won it out, right? They were about to finish it out. There's some rounds that I was not expecting a win to come out, especially when things were swinging in OL's favor. But Breakfast still made it work out for them. But anyways, that will be it for me today. I will see y'all around. It has been great, and hopefully I will see y'all in the next cast. It has been a great night. My name is Martini, and I will have to see y'all around.
VRML is brought to you by Helga, the esports manager, Triangle Factory. Thanks for watching VRML.